vision of an AI-powered organization. So we covered this in the last webinar, but I want to touch on this. What does that look like? So at CBS, we promote a human-centered AI approach where we are using AI to amplify and augment human capabilities. So it's basically combining human and AI to deliver value and outcome. And we think that a model works really well, especially in the not-for-profit area. And what does that look like from an organization point of view? So what we're seeing from an organization point of view, the technical part, delivering an agent or a co-pilot is a small part of a successful AI rollout. You need to have a strategy. You need to have your policies and standards. So what is your AI policy? What are your operating standards associated with that? And then things like literacy and training is really important. And there are a couple of slides covering why that's important to maximizing your value, not just for the projects that you're doing, but the projects that are coming up. And then around organization change management, how do we let everyone know? How do we inform? How do we educate? How do we roll out these solutions by getting everyone involved? So it's supported and it's adopted. And of course, tools, systems, data, and processes is a key part of that as well. Over to you, Chris, to talk about the security side of things.
Yeah, so as we know, security is front and center to every conversation today. AI has now just amplified that and brought that to, I guess, to another level, which puts our teams under immense risk. But also, we don't want to, I guess, we want to seize the opportunity of what AI can bring to a business, and we don't want security, I guess, putting the handbrakes on those sorts of capabilities. So for us, it's all about having your policies in place and making sure you're assessing environments first, understanding your gaps and identifying that remediation. And if we look at AI now, data processing information is now not just traveling from north to south, east to west, it's going everywhere, and we're connecting from systems to systems. So when we look at security now, security is not just focused on the organization, it's everything that comes around that. As the AI journey continues, we have to continuously uplift our designs and our roadmaps to support these AI initiatives. A CEO may come in for a business idea. We have to ensure as IT professionals in the IT organization that we're supporting these initiatives, that we're not exposing our businesses and putting people's data at risk. And then we need to manage these services as they go forward as well. AI is not just something that you build once and then let go. It has a continuation of management. Now, the reason why this is a circular motion is because this has to be continuous. We don't want to be checking one thing on day one and then looking at 365 days later. We have to continuously look at how AI and how the data is changing, and we have to continuously check and ensure that our systems and processes are looking at these areas. And then we are looking at this at 24/7. Now, the good thing is, being humans, we've now got technology to support us, and AI is front and center when it comes to security. So although we're looking at 24/7 here, it doesn't mean a person needs to be monitoring 24/7. We can now use AI agents from a security perspective to monitor and help triage and build those, I guess, those servicing into our capabilities to ensure that the humans are focusing on, the work that they should be focusing on, which is the actual high fidelity, high impact work that we are. So as much as we look at business, AI and operations from a productivity point of view, AI has the same impacts when it comes to security, in particular security operations.
Excellent. And on top of that, one of the key aspects is responsible use of AI. So we talked about privacy, security, but the other things like fairness, transparency, accountability, and inclusiveness is very important, especially in the not-for-profit areas. So that all our solutions are built around this framework, and it's a common framework, and it's really important to understand the aspects of it and how each tool contributes and how you have capability within those tools to do that. I would like to give a little bit of a snapshot. The last year and a half had over 20 AI accelerator sessions. We had lots of roundtables and conferences, lots of customer engagement, especially around NFPs as well. So a couple of themes that are coming around. Microsoft 365 Copilot, which is the paid version. Last year, mainly small rollouts, now wider rollout. Some organizations are trying to roll out to the entire organization. So that's the change we're seeing. Copilot Chat, which is underused, which is the free version of enterprise chat that comes with your E3 licensing, which is highly underused. We're seeing lots of organizations adopting that, and we'll cover a little bit more on why that's important. Your M365 environment not ideally set up, so we have offerings to help with that, especially around the security side of things. We're seeing organizations try to build or deploy pilots or proof of concept around, especially on the knowledge retrieval agent. So basically IT support, contract search, or that kind of agent that we have also built for customers. We're also seeing organizations trying to get their data estate in order, exploring Fabric or migrating to Fabric, and then concerns about total cost of ownership and unclear about ROI. And there's a number of things that we'll cover a little bit later on there. So this is kind of view around what we've seen in the market. And just from a research point of view, what we are also seeing is that, organizations are going through what's called an AI reset. There's an article, we'll send that article out to everyone as well. Around the early experimentations hasn't really given the business value. So it's about looking at what you have right now, taking stock on where you are, because things have changed. So some of those use cases that were not really relevant may come into the picture now. So doing that reset is really important, and to really understand that risk aspect that Chris talked about, and also, is it going to give you the return on investment? So that piece is really important. So a lot of organizations are going through an AI reset, and we recommend you do that as well. Okay, so from an organization point of view, there are two areas you can focus on. So you can focus on staff productivity, how AI can impact staff productivity, which is your co-pilot, your agents that are individuals that are focused on individuals. Then there's business productivity, where you're looking at business processes, business flows, not just what you have right now, but looking at new business, new opportunities that you can use AI for. So those are the two areas we'll cover as well.